All right. Unfortunately, most guys feel like in order to be charismatic, they are actually stepping out of their authentic personality, which is not true at all because your true authentic personality was given to you from birth. You were born as an innocent, perfect child, but unfortunately, growing up through your family, through certain social media belief systems or the education system, your friends, through the ages of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to 10, you've been conditioned and you've been programmed to be somebody else, unfortunately. But the great reality is the same way we've been programmed, we can unprogram ourselves and even yet program better beliefs. Unfortunately, the biggest mistake that guys make, and I've made this countless of times, is we go into conversations with a energy of neediness, which comes off as really inauthentic and comes off as weird and awkward. That's when we start to get the mannerisms of shakiness and anxiety and tensing up and closing up, not being able to hold eye contact, and also shallow breathing. And shallow breathing is probably the one that makes you feel and shows to the woman or the person that you're talking to that you're afraid. Okay. And you're afraid because you want to not only, there's a few reasons, there are many reasons you're afraid, but I want to kind of paint it in one perspective. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Tyler. I'm 24 years old, and the biggest fucking thing that I'm focusing on this year is improving my nervous system and just regulating myself. I help guys with socializing and dating and getting into their ideal lives as well. So if you're interested in that, you can subscribe completely for free, whatnot. But for the returning guys, this video is going to help you out in becoming more charismatic. So let's get straight back to the topic. I don't even know why I pitched myself there, but I thought I'd introduce myself. Most guys come into conversations in energy of neediness rather than in an energy of giving. Giving means you feel so positively energetic. You feel so good in yourself that you cannot help but have the need and almost responsibility to want to share that with the person that you want to talk to. So you might see somebody you might go to the gym and you might finish a workout and you feel so proud of yourself and you feel amazing, you've hit PRs. And then you see maybe another guy or a girl go absolutely hard on the lifts. Naturally, with zero resistance, the thought that will come up in your mind, because you are so positively energetic and because you feel these emotions, you want to give that to people because, again, you're in such abundance. Because think about it, it doesn't take a genius, right? I'm not talking woo-woo. If you had millions of dollars, wouldn't you just give it to your family and friends if they ask you for like $10? If you went out for drinks with your brother and he was like, yo, can you pay for me? And it's $7, wouldn't you just you wouldn't even think about it. He wouldn't even need to ask you because you're in such abundance. And this is the biggest mistake we make. We are in scarcity mode. We need to be in abundance, not with just our mindset when it comes to, oh, I have so much women, that's cool. But I mean specifically abundance of frequency, abundance of positive energy. And I don't mean fake inauthentic positive energy as well. And I'll teach you how to build actual positive charisma in a second. But I want to tell you what the purpose of charisma is. That's going to determine, that's going to be, again, we'll go back to the example of the gym. When you feel so positive and abundant with positive energy, you see that girl finishing that lift, naturally you're going to want to go up to her and say, that was amazing, high five, great job. If you see a dude, you're going to be like, yo bro, fuck yeah, keep it up. Because you feel so good, you want to share that abundance and you want to share that love, okay? Charisma, what does charisma actually mean? Charisma is simply meeting someone and them feeling better about themselves after having met you. Simple as that. So charisma is, again, simply you go up to a person, you make them feel good, you give them positive energy. You don't supplicate to them, you don't kiss their ass, you're feeling good. This is what we need to understand. You already feel good. And so you want to share that positive love and energy with other people. That's as simple as charisma gets. This means to give positive energy, we need to be feeling positive as well. But how do we get to that point without feeling inauthentic, without feeling like we're faking it? Let's talk about that right now. There are physical things and mental things you can do. Let's start with the physical. Anything that makes you feel energetic or proud of yourself. I'm talking about signing a client, finishing a gym workout and you going absolutely ham in it and you're hitting PRs, finishing a martial arts shadow boxing session, doing a run club, doing a marathon, doing these like hard kind of things, doing a sauna, ice bath, doing some push-ups outside, calisthenics, going for a run. Anything where you do physical activity, these will increase your energy, these will increase your states. Physically and biologically, because you're getting your body active, because it's healthy for you and it releases hormones, but also mentally, because when you do these hard things, you feel proud of yourself and you feel happy and you feel joyful because that's what the ideal version of yourself would do. And because your ideal version of yourself is abundant and is whole, well, when you do these physical activities, you get closer to that ideal self. And so you start to feel good and you start to feel pride and you want to share that with people. Simple, guys, simple, okay? Now let's talk about the mental stuff. Again, physical activities, you can extrapolate this to things like cycling, surfing, swimming. Those are one of my favorite things. Going to the beach, meditation, which I will actually talk about. That's more mental. But those are a few physical things. Now let's talk about the mental things that you can do. This is something that I've been doing every single day to build that natural positive energy. So I am more willing to give charisma. Bit of background. I work a 9-to-5 job in hospitality. We have a family cafe business. So I literally talk to people twice a week for 12 hours straight every week. And believe me, I've had moments where I've started the day as a agitated, survival mode, ADHD little goblin, where I've started the day with scrolling on my phone and wasting time and pumping my brain with dopamine and sitting around and not eating clean and not even doing any self-care habits or looking after myself. And that negative energy translated to me treating people badly, not getting into conversations, feeling so much resistance. Yesterday I had a shift and for 12 hours straight I was just talking to people, just giving out charisma. I approached a few girls. I asked for one of the girls' numbers. I got rejected and I felt incredible afterwards because I didn't ask her from a place of neediness. I came and asked her from a place of like abundance and charisma. I was like, hey, listen, real quick, I really like your energy. I don't actually remember what I said. Yeah, what's your name? Whatever. I just said it in a very like charismatic way, not hitting on her specifically, but her charisma. Anyhow, this is the point I want to get you to. By the way, if so far you've been listening to this and you're like, man, I like everything this guy's talking about. I really like this concept of living a regulated nervous system lifestyle, of retard maxing, of health maxing, focusing on these high health, high frequency habits. And I like the way this guy talks about what he preaches and social life and dating and how it's not all about techniques and it's actually about your self, your positive energy and how good you feel in yourself. That translates to it. Man, I recommend you join our community. It's the second link in the description. That's the exact kind of community that I'm trying to build. If you resonate with any of this, you're going to find this really, really interesting. But if you need one-to-one help, you can also apply for that in the link in the description. We can get you to that point where you're charismatic without actually trying hard. Now, I will tell you the mental part and we'll end the video. Before, a book that I recommend is this. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Another book I recommend is Outsmarting Reality by Neuro Knowledge. You can buy that on Amazon. Highly recommend. And one more book I recommend is The Power of Now. I highly recommend these. When you come to the now and you're in complete abundance with yourself, I know this sounds a bit woo-woo, but I'm going to explain it. You feel your authentic self because your authentic self doesn't need anything. Your inauthentic self, the reason why you feel these nervous things is because you don't feel whole and because you feel like you lack something outside of yourself. And that makes you feel a bit it makes you feel worthless. And because you feel worthless, when we go and approach women, we approach from a place of neediness to fill that worthlessness. We feel below women. We feel below other guys. We feel fear. That's why. So what we can do mentally is every single day, consciously program ourselves and our mind by visualizing our dream self, exactly who we want to be, and then stepping into that visual image and feeling and being, not acting, but being our ideal self in the now through meditation. I'm going to explain to you step by step how this works, and I hope you can connect the dots. So I'm not going to try to explain any more about like theory. So what I do now every single morning is I go outside, I go get some sunlight, I find a nice comfortable place to sit, and I sit in meditation position. You can sit in any position you like. I'm in sunlight, I've got my shirt off, so I'm also health maxing. I'm getting sunlight exposure, testosterone is releasing, serotonin. Sunlight first thing in the morning is good for you, all that kind of stuff, okay? Biology. But also I'm feeling good. I get into meditation position, I close my eyes, and the first thing I focus on consciously is relaxing. So what that means is relaxing tension from my shoulders, relaxing and slowing down my breathing, relaxing my chest, my other parts of my body, and just calming down. The way you can do this is by picturing yourself melting in the hot sun, and you feel relaxed and more as you melt away in the hot sun. As you relax, what's happening is your mind is going away from constantly thinking and being in analytical survival mode to now being in creative mode and in touch with your true personality. And I guarantee you, if you do this, you will start to feel more relaxed and more confident, and you will start to feel more positive. And that is a great step, because when you start to feel more whole and abundance of positive energy, that's going to make you feel that contagious need to share that with people. So you'll find yourself like walking with a massive smile. Let's get back to the meditation, the process. Once you feel you're relaxed enough, now I want you to start breathing in this way. And you can do this for 5 to 10 times. You're going to inhale all the way in through your nose, nice and controlled. Pause, inhale again sharply, pause, and then exhale completely through your mouth or your nose all the way out. Pause and repeat. Let me demonstrate that for you right now. Inhale. Pause and inhale again. Pause and exhale slowly all the way out. Pause and repeat 3, 5, 7 times. I guarantee you, I know for a fact, you do this properly, now a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety have just been completely melted away from you. And you feel this abundant, like you feel like layers of anxiety peeling away. And now your confidence is coming back and you feel happier and you feel less resistant. Amazing. Now the next process is going to be simple. I want you to just sit and completely focus on your breathing. And you don't have to do any particular breath work. Just focus on your breathing and sitting in that meditation position for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes. Maybe you started a timer. If you didn't, just sit in that meditation position for a while. And just sit in that calmness, in that peace, and just every time your mind goes to think about something else, don't get frustrated, don't get agitated. Just bring it back to your breath and focus in through your nose, hold, and then out and hold, and just keep focusing on that. Relax. Now, towards the end of your meditation, and this is whenever you want it to be, towards the end of your meditation, I want you to, in your mind, in your subconscious, once you've relaxed enough and you've unlocked your subconscious creative God mode, ask yourself subconsciously this question: who am I And how would I feel if I was my dream self and in my dream life right now? Ask yourself that question and then start to visualize and create mental images of yourself in your ideal situation, your ideal self, and your ideal reality. Now, to make this meditation even more powerful, ideally you would have already had some sort of ideal vision in your mind created before. So it's easier to access that information on demand. But if you don't, create that scenario in your mind, create that movie right now. You can maybe picture yourself socializing and talking to a group of women after finishing a running session, and you're shirtless and you're sweating and you're feeling calm and you're feeling really energetic and happy. And you picture yourself feeling shredded, picture yourself feeling high energy and attractive and shaking hands and talking to 4 different women standing in front of you who also ran with you. And picture yourself making them laugh, and picture yourself them making you laugh. Picture yourself just feeling good and not wanting anything from them, not even wanting their numbers. You don't even feel attracted to them. You just feel like talking to them. Picture yourself in that situation and feel those emotions as if it was happening right now. And sit in those emotions and allow those emotions to take place and take over your current state. And as you keep obsessing and you keep picturing this emotion, this scenario that you've created, and you make it more vivid and more clearer, and if you feel those emotions more intensely, now you will notice in real life, you begin to feel that way. And you begin to feel those positive emotions and that abundance. And now, when you're ready, you can open your eyes, finish your meditation, and you will feel that positive energy. Now you can go on and carry on the rest of the day with that positive energy in your mind and allow that positive abundance to pretty much live in harmony and peace. I guarantee you, on God, I promise to God, you follow this step by step as I'm saying this to you, it will change your life completely for free. You don't have to join my community. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to pay for me one-to-one, nothing. It will completely change your life. I promise you. My name is Thailand. I really hope this has been helpful for you. If you want to take it to the next level, you want to talk to me, get in touch with me, boys, join that community or work one-to-one with me. I would really appreciate if you drop a subscribe, a like, a comment. It really helps build small channels like this. I'm trying to build a generation of regulated men whose central nervous systems are regulated, who are calm, who retard max, focus on their health, focus on abundance and positive energy and giving that and making the world a better place. If you need help increasing your social and dating life by double, by getting you into that kind of effortless magnetic charisma and building a lifestyle where you naturally meet women and people, like joining run clubs and going to higher end gyms, focusing on your physique and like doing yoga classes, going outdoors and holding your own yoga classes. It all starts from your mind and your nervous system. And I can get you to that point. Again, you don't need to pay me a dime. You follow this video, you read these books that I recommended, mate, you don't need to pay me a dime. But if you need accountability, you need someone to talk to, maybe you feel a bit lonely and you're like, shit, this is amazing, but I need someone to keep me accountable. I'm your man. I am your man. We can work weekly, we can do monthly, whatever it is, I will help you. Otherwise, join the community, man. Much love, keep lifting, keep getting sunlight, shirtless, retard maxing, and I'll see you next time. It's been a pleasure.